Hello, welcome. So we're doing an update on the plants. And so the last time I came on here with my plants, I did a transplant from the soil to water. Unfortunately, she died. Um, yeah, there's nothing I could do to save her. However, um, I, called it quits and I just took a loss. My whole idea is I want to be able to graduate to larger plants. Like I want big Monstera plants, but I feel like before jumping in with the big dogs, I have to actually learn, how to take care of the little ones. And so I've had lots of success though. This was a little one when I got it. This one is doing exceptionally well and it doesn't need a lot of care. It has, as you can see, it's in a water jar and I keep it filled up. I think I'm going to transplant this one to a larger jar because as you can see, she is growing by leaps and bounds. Every time I look up, there's a new leaf untwirling. And so that's what we're going to do for this one today. I also have a gift from one of my daughters that's doing exceptionally well as well. I'm not sure about this. I don't know if I should separate this. I think I will because it's not producing anything, but I have left it up until now because the rest of the stem actually looks like it's producing, but I don't know. This might be a drain to the plant. So I think I probably need to replant this too. I'm not sure. I may wait a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and trim this. And then I have another one that I'm a little concerned about that I took out of the soil last time as well and put it in water. The roots are a little bit, I'm going to start with this one because I'm a little concerned with this one. The roots are slimy, which lets me know there's like some type of bacteria that is affecting the plant. So I do want to just handle that. So I'm going to do that first. I heard I need to get like some kind of, yeah, see how it's just rotting? I heard I need to get like some kind of decalcifier for the tap water. Because what I've been using is just a little bit of the Miracle Grow to give some substance to the water. That has been working really good. See my Erica Badu shirt? My favorite shirt. You know, you have them clothes that you will wear every day of the week. This is gonna be my shirt. I love this shirt. It's a super big shirt. You know, I'm big, but the thickness of it is amazing. It's not a t-shirt. It's actually like 3 shirts in one. It speaks to the quality of the shirt. It's very pretty, and it has a picture of her on the front. Erica Badu, Mama's Gun. That was the name of the tour that I went to. Yeah, and then it has all her tour stops on the back. And I think this one was the last one. And so, yeah, we have to do something with this because if I don't, it's just going to dwindle away. Kind of like the other one did. I think that's what happened with that one too. It got infected. So I want to do everything I can. This is supposed to be a really easy plant to grow. All you have to do is water it and give it like, not even a lot of sun. Like these are very resilient plants. These are pretty much those plants that if you give it water, they will grow like up and down your walls. But it absolutely has to have the right conditions too. So that's what we're going to do today. I really, really want to learn like how to care for my plants because I do want the big plants. I want me some Monstera plants and some, I just want to be able to grow plants without them dying on me. So I'm going to clean this water and clean off the stems, the roots again, and we're gonna see what happens. For a moment, I felt like it was thriving. And so, you know, I'm just kind of learning as I go. That's all you can do. Like, life is about learning. And this is like a learning thing for me. So, I have lost some plants, but I'm learning. And hopefully I'll get to the place where, you know, I'm like an expert, where I can take care of my plants that I have for a long time. I want to take care of them for a long time. And so the healthiest ones are the ones when you have just a branch, you want to make sure that it has like a solid piece of root. It's usually that, I forgot what they call it, but it's the propagation little hook. And here's the water. So you see how it is a little bit, not necessarily ideal. So we're gonna clean this out. And we're gonna put some fresh, clean water in here. Where'd my music go? It's amazing like how much stuff be in the tap water. That's why I don't drink tap water. Don't serve me no tap water if you love me. So we're gonna clean this out and clean all of the residue from the water. I'm gonna do my other one too, because I feel like it's probably going down the same path. And I'll just take a little bit of the Miracle Grow. It doesn't take a lot. So I'm just going to give like just a little pinch. Not a lot, just a little pinch. Sit and think about my baby and me. We can. Ooh. See the difference? Nothing. So I did clean off, if you can see what's left. I've cleaned that off, all that slimy. I might have to take this because it's getting heavy. Also clean this one off. Lost a lot of the stem at the bottom, so hopefully this one can still thrive. I have this one. And then I have, so as you can see, it's trying to grow. Like, it hasn't given up. It's trying to grow. And so we want to work with it in that. PhD. So this is what we have. We're going to try it again, see what happens. This is the next one. As you can see, the water, again, has that murky look. That ain't what we want. So I'm going to pull the roots out and kind of see the condition of the roots. Now these aren't as bad as that one was. I'm going to show you how bad that one was. This is what we lost. And this is all root. The actual stem. There's like a section when you propagate plants. There's a certain way you have to clip them. And you don't clip just the actual stem from where the plant is growing out. You want to clip the part that it's growing out of, and you clip the edge. I'm gonna see if I could see a good example like this. So you see that T? You want to actually clip the branch that it's growing on, and that actually provides like a firm foundation for it to continue to grow out from its own source. And so I'm just going to reclaim these, make sure there is no bacteria that's growing. These actually look very healthy, unlike that other one. We're going to see if we can save that one. These look really healthy. The stems and the roots are very solid. They're not mushy like this one. And as you can see, when you look at the roots, they're still growing. These little, that means that they're thriving. Now I am a little concerned because the leaves are a little brown. We may have like a bug problem. And so I have been actually spraying 70% alcohol just to keep the bugs off of them. I haven't sprayed them like in the last week or so. I probably need to be more consistent with that because I do see every now and then when I'm sitting, I'm seeing like gnats, 1 or 2 gnats. That means there's a possibility that they could be munching on my plants, which I do understand. We all gotta live, but not off my plants. So yeah, to see nice long roots growing out. They're very solid. They're not mushy. And so this one is actually, I would say, is doing pretty good. I'm not quite as worried as this one, other than the fact that it may be being, you know, ate up by bugs. That might be an issue. But other than that, I think we're good. I just need to clean this water because it looks, you know, murky. So let's do that. I'm not using anything special. I'm just using my regular Dawn. They say that's the most gentlest. So just, you know, make sure that there's no harsh chemicals being used when it comes to dealing with the plant. I think we should take all that into consideration. I may get on in a little bit and do a little reading for next week. I had the opportunity yesterday to have another conscious conversation with Empress Sankofa, who is, she's a social media influencer, has very interesting content. Check her out. If you go to the video before this one, you'll be able to tap into the conversation. The conversation was around women, self-care, being able to take care of ourselves, mainly our wounds. It was also about some other very deep discussions as well. A little heated, like there's some very controversial subjects. And so, yeah, I don't feel like it's going to be for everybody, but you are welcome to go over and look. And if it's something that, you know, is right up your alley, by all means enjoy. And if it's not, keep scrolling. Listen, it's okay. You can keep scrolling. But yeah, very fiery conversation over there on that video. And so go take a listen. And I hope you get something out of it. If nothing else, just how to better take care of ourselves and understand, like, one of the very interesting things we talked about is all the different ways that life can affect our health. Sometimes we tend to think that if we are doing really good in one area of life, that everything is good, but everything is connected. And as we discussed in the video, she was talking about how our emotions and our load, our stress load, all of that affects our health in ways that we don't even realize, to the point that we are even affecting our coming generations. If you are still at an age where you are still childbearing or you have the potential to, you need to watch this video. Good stuff. Good stuff that we need to talk about and hear. And then when you watch it, go talk to your aunts, your mom, your grandmas. See how they feel about it, right? I do feel like I may lose some people with this video because it tapped into some things that people feel very passionate about. But there's a lot of truth in that video too. And so if you are someone that's able to eat the meat and throw away the bone, like take the parts that you can use and throw away the rest of it, by all means do that, right? Because there's some very good information in that video. And if you're not, hey, keep on strolling. No love lost. It's for somebody. So now we look at the water much clearer. You can see the roots very clear. And so maybe I need to do this like weekly. That's probably what needs to happen. And then I'm going to go ahead and water this one. And when I water, what I do is I usually just sit it and let the water drip into it, right through it. That seems to be what they like. They like to let the water, kind of like when you sit it out in the rain and it just drips into it and drips all over the leaves. They like that a lot, I found. So much so, like I'll wake up tomorrow and it'll be a brand new leaf unfolding. I'm like, oh, you like that, huh? Mm-hmm. Yep. But I'm going to cut off this one little dead piece. I hope that is going to be, because you don't want to just have dead pieces just lingering on the plant, because it's trying to bring that back to life when it could actually be spreading that energy to different parts of the plant. So just throw it away. And then you can see all my little plant babies. See all my little plant babies over there? Let me see. On the ground. My little plant family. They like it by the window. Not all of them need direct sunlight. Sometimes the indirect sunlight is good. So if I leave it by the window, even though they're not getting, I can leave the blinds closed and they can feel the sun coming through the little slots in the Venetian blinds. They love that. So I got this. This is actually a gift from my son. The flowers lasted. I love them. He knows I love sunflowers. But I kept the vase. Of course, why wouldn't I keep this vase? This is beautiful. Look at that. I might even get some catfish. Some goldfish, right? Probably not. We're not doing that. But this is what I'm doing. I'm about to transplant this because I think it's time to give it more space. So by preparing the water, what I'm doing is I'm just going to fill this up and just take a little bit of the Miracle-Gro and absorb that into the water to just give it some nutrients. And I'm going to sit this to the side. And I know it's time because I just got a message that it's time to take this out. And the message came with instruction too. So yeah, let's do this. So these are, I don't know if you've ever had one of these. They grow in the water and there's like a cork at the top. You see that? There's like a cork that separates the water inside the bowl and the plants. But another reason why I know it's time to expand is because there's plants that are growing underneath. And so it probably wouldn't be beneficial to keep it all the way full because then the plants wouldn't have, you know, enough oxygen. See? So I'm just going to go ahead and transplant it to a bigger container and hope that it works. See how much was growing underneath? And the water was okay. I mean, it wasn't super dirty, but as you can see, all the roots down here growing on the bottom. Yeah, it was doing really well. It's sticking to the cork. So this is what we have. Oh, it looks like they've rubber banded. They rubber banded, but that broke. Another rubber band. This one isn't broke yet, but we're gonna break it. I assume the water, yeah, it's very soft because it's been underwater. That's probably held it together in the early stages, but yeah. So I almost feel like, I don't know, I'll just wash it off a little bit. And then we're just gonna stick it in there and see what happens. Some people will allow it to grow and then transplant it into dirt. I don't feel like I'm quite ready for that step yet, so I'm gonna see what happens when I just put it in the water. And so here we go. This is what it looks like. The water's clear. You can plainly see the roots. Now those new growing branches aren't underwater, right? Now they have enough oxygen to grow. And the plant isn't really restricted to grow now. So now it has the room where it could actually grow. I'm actually going to save these because I may want to get another one and just plant it myself. So I'm going to just put that in there, let it dry out. And we have our little baby plant that we've watered, and I'm going to leave that in here for a while and just let it drain. And I just watered those last week, and so I think those are good, but I'm a little worried about this one. This one was one that was given to me by a friend as well, and it is the, I think it's called a plastic plant. I'm going to clean the leaves. Wax plant, not plastic plant. It's called a wax plant. I don't know how I feel about this one because I'm told that it's an easy plant to grow when I looked it up. It doesn't need a lot of water. You can grow it inside or outside. But there's these little white spots on a few of the leaves. I'm not sure what that is. Doesn't necessarily look like it's being eaten up. I don't know if it's just getting too much sun. Maybe that's what it is. But it's growing. So we're going to just stay with it and see what happens. Okay. So we're just going to let those drain out. And that's our little plant care for today. Yeah, sadly so, we lost our little friend that we were trying to save. I think I got that plant in Los Angeles. And so it was so pretty when I got it. And the leaves, I thought I would be able to hang it in one of those ceiling hangers and just have the leaves drape over, which it did for a while. But I think I had it in a position that it wasn't getting enough sun. So I ended up moving it into my office, and then maybe it was just up too high because it was drying out from the heat, from the heater. I don't know. I was just trying different things to keep it healthy, but it struggled. It needed a certain kind of care and a certain kind of environment. And I had a hard time like finding out what that was. And so and then I moved long distance. And so that pretty much did it. That did it. And so, yeah, if I see another one, I'm going to try again. Listen, we don't give up. We just try different methods. So that's what we'll do. And that's our plant care for today, pretty much. Yeah, that's it. And we have all these over here. That's an aloe vera plant. And so this is practical and also floral. So I have it as a plant that I'm caring for, but also I can use it for practical things for me, like for my skin. You can drink aloe. Like there's lots of different, uses for it. And I have my spider plants and my other two plants, which seem to be thriving right now. And so, yeah, we're doing good in plant world. And so you win some, you lose some. And once I master these, then we're going to start upgrading to larger size plants. These are fairly small and easy. I think really soon here, I'm going to go get something that's a little bit bigger so that we can finally, make our way up to the bigger plants. Like I'm to the point where I love the plants, the plant life. Just seeing all the greenery around the house. That's what I want. Like I wouldn't even mind just seeing it all around my room. That's the first thing I want to see when I wake up is life, plants. And so if I can maintain something bigger, I would be so very happy. But for now, we're making our way up from the bottom, from the little, and then we have these two. Um, this one struggled a little bit. I think from the heat, I think I figured out that these need to be in a little bit. These are very sensitive to the temperature. And so this, I feel like I may need to be a little bit more discreet with, this is kind of like the other plant that I lost because of the temperature. And so, but I'm figuring that out, right? So we're going to do that. We're going to handle that and see where we go from here. So that's where I am with my plants. All right. And as always, I'm open for suggestions. If you have any, feel free to buzz in, right? All right. I'll see you guys later. This is Leticia's Plant Life. All right. Bye.